Greetings, wayward souls, it's a Game Pack Preacher, and we made it to another year. I hope you all had a happy new year and that 2026 is going well for you so far, because overall it's looking like a whole new year of bullcrap. But a new year also brings new games, and we're going to talk about some that I'm looking forward to, specifically indie games, because that accounts for most of the games I am looking forward to. If I was just going off of AAA titles, it'd only be like 2 games, maybe 3 tops. The point being that wouldn't really make for a good list. So to ring in the new year, here's an indeterminate number of indies I'm looking forward to in 2026. All the games listed are scheduled to come out this year as far as I know, and spoiler warning, a lot of them will be platformers, but if you know me, you should know what I'm about. Anyway, insert standard YouTube jargon here, and let's get right into it. We're starting off strong with one of my most anticipated titles for 2026 with a sequel to one of my favorite indie titles, Slay the Spire 2. I'm no expert in Slay the Spire, but if my Steam hours mean anything, that doesn't stop me from playing. It's a simple and enticing deck builder roguelike that offers so much in such a little package. I love this game so much that I challenged myself to beat the hardest difficulty with all the characters, which I actually managed to do. Clap for me, please. And Slay the Spire 2 is just looking to be the same deck builder goodness and then some. New cards, new characters, and a brand new world of possibilities. And that's not even considering potential mod support either, cause the original game has some extensive workshop mods even outside the base game. Even though it will be an early access title, I'm excited for this game and to see it evolve as I evolve along with it. Pour one out for my son the Defect though. You will be missed, my silly little orb robot. For our first platformer on this list, we have a sick-looking 2.5D platformer in Double Shake. In the ever-growing list of throwback platformers, Double Shake shakes things up by taking inspiration from some more niche platforming titles. This game takes its inspiration from games like Tomba, which I've actually never played, Klonoa, Mischief Makers, more of those B-list titles in that generation of games. And it seems like it's looking to expand on the style those games established in spades, both graphically and gameplay-wise. There is no official release date as of yet, so whether we'll get this game this year is up in the air as far as I know, but there is a demo for it, which I highly recommend you check out. Then again, I recommend checking out every game on this list if possible. That's kind of the point after all, so if you are looking to shake things up, keep your eyes on this one. Outside of platformers and the odd card game, I do enjoy me a good shooter, and I'm no stranger to a good boom shoot either. I also enjoy me some rubber hose animation a la games like Cuphead. So the good people at Fumi Games decided, hey, what if we combine those two things? And so we have Mouse PI for Hire, a rubber hose run and gun set in a detective noir style setting. As the private dick Jack Pepper, you're set in a black and white FPS adventure and tasked to solve some mysteries and add a good coat of red all over to the town. This one actually got a release date relatively recently too, so you can look forward to some hardcore cartoon violence this spring. And I, for one, am looking forward to turning some tunes into Swiss cheese. So I am kind of bending the rules for this one, since this game is actually already out by the time this video goes up, but I want to shine a light on it anyway, because I mean, come on now, it's a cute 3D platformer where you play as a cute frog and you do sick hops and do sick things with your tongue. Wait a minute. Anyway, the movement is sick, the art style is appealing, and it looks to take a few unique approaches to the platforming genre as well. I'll definitely be picking this one up when I get the chance, and if you played it for yourself, let me know what you thought of it in the comments below. Speaking of frogs, however, if I had a nickel for every 3D platformer on my list that starred a frog, I could maybe afford an original joke. Lack of humor aside, I have another platformer to put on your radars with Kero Quest 64. This one is another throwback fare, and I'll give you one guess as to what its main inspiration is. I'm sure it's a real head scratcher. In case you couldn't figure it out, Kero Quest is basically Mario 64 but with amphibians, but that is by no means a detriment or a mark against it. A hot take though, Mario 64 hasn't aged the best. Sure, it's the granddaddy of the genre, but even back when it was setting the trend, it was jank as hell. Not saying it is a jab against it, I mean, the genre was still finding its footing, but I mean a Mario 64 that's less jank would be pretty cool, and lo and behold, Kero Quest delivers. There's a demo out for this one too, so check it out for yourselves, and more importantly, check out my man's sick dance. From the good people at Yacht Club, the makers of Shovel Knight, comes an even more retro-looking title with their next game, Mina the Hollower. Compared to Shovel Knight being a homage to the NES platformers of old, Mina the Hollower looks to the Game Boy for its inspiration, looking to be most similar in nature to the Zelda games with the OG GB. The game was originally supposed to release as of last year, but ended up getting delayed, and there hasn't been much of a word since then. The demo for the game has also been long gone as well, and supposedly, things may not be looking the best at Yacht Club, but don't quote me on that last part. I have full faith in the team to make another banger, but I guess only time will tell. So this one genuinely caught me off guard when it was first announced, but it's another welcome addition to the lineup all the same. The original Meat Boy is... Jesus Christ, I'm getting old. Let's just call it aged for right now, and even outside of that, he's always stuck in the second dimension, so to see him get a 3D title is a nice little treat, like finding that onion ring at the bottom of your bag of fries. Anyway, I've actually talked about Meat Boy 3D already, or at least I did a short on it, which you should watch because I'm trying to get better at short form stuff. Please, I need the feedback. But as a quick summary, Meat Boy 3D pretty much maintains the vibes of the 2D adventure we've all come to love, from the movement to the look, and yes, even the difficulty. This one has a demo too, go give it a look-see, and hey, maybe even challenge yourself to get those ace times. Now when it comes to what I would consider landmark titles, I do not use that term lightly. With platformers being kinda samey in nature, it takes a lot for a game in the genre to stand out. So when I tell you all that The Big Catch is looking to be a landmark for indie platformers, I do not say that lightly either. This particular game has been cooking for a while, and it has been cooking with some gas and then some. And that all comes down to one main factor. Calling the movement in this game cracked feels like a supreme understatement. It truly feels like any high-speed antics you can think of or come up with are possible with this. So much so that I have to admit that I do not possess the skill to show you even a fraction of what you can accomplish in this game. The world of The Big Catch is your oyster, and you have the freedom to crack it open as much or as little as you feel like. There's a demo out for this one too, but even the damn demo feels like a full course meal in itself. If you don't check out any other demos available from these games, and to reiterate, you very much should, please check out Tacklebox if nothing else. And in case you were wondering, there is fishing involved, so the game's basically perfect. I mean, I don't know what else to tell you from there. So this one was a recent discovery of mine, and I feel like it's only right to include at least one friend slot game on my list. A friend of mine actually made me aware of Far Far West, to which I recruited them and another cowpoke to saddle up into the dusty plains. So what is Far Far West? Well, do you know of a little game called Deep Rock Galactic, where you and 3 of your friends tackle an objective while battling the relentless hordes? It's basically that, except you replace the dwarves with robot cowboys, the bugs with skellies, and the rock and stone with rootin' and or tootin' and shootin'. Despite being similar to DRG, it does have a lot of differences to it. You have your choice of primary weapons, secondaries, but you also have magic at your disposal, because cowboys totally casted thunderbolts in the Wild West. Shut up. Said magic can also be combined with the other spells of your gang of outlaws for some outrageous effects. Anyway, you and your posse ride out into a giant generated map with a main objective to complete and a boss to kill. You can explore and do as many or as little side objectives as you want, all while mining gold and harvesting souls from your enemies. Once the boss is dealt with, you call for the train, make a heroic stand, and then shoot off into the sunset. The gold and souls you gain can then go into upgrading your guns, your magic, and of course, cosmetics. It's a simple gameplay loop that has been done by other games, but Far Far West does it well, and it's only in its alpha to boot. The playtest for it has ended sadly, but it is supposedly going to go into early access this year. There are a lot of games for you and your pals vying for your attention, but I'd keep your hat tipped up for Far Far West. This little number is shaping up to be a good one. So before we get to the final entry, I did want to add a couple honorable mentions. I would have discussed these games in the list proper, but they are either very unlikely to drop this year, or there's just so little about them I don't really have that much to say. First up, Screenbound. It's a platformer where you play as a boy with a Game Boy, and the things you do in the Game Boy influence the outside world. That's an amazing premise and ripe with possibilities. There just hasn't been a freaking peep about this game since I discovered it from what I could find, hoping that changes soon. Second, Scratch the Cat, another 3D platformer. This one taking inspiration from more the late 5th gen, early 6th generation of consoles. Looks great, but there just isn't much to look at or talk about. Hopefully we get more on this one as well. Finally, Densha Attack. This one is dropping this year. This game doesn't really look like my cup of tea, but it looks fun as hell and I wanted to mention it anyway. Who knows, maybe when it drops I'll come around to it. But without further ado, I got one more entry on this here list for y'all. Surprise! Our last entry on the list is a 2-for-1 deal. You may consider this cheating, but it's my list, deal with it. And to be fair, both of these games are being made by the same developer. That developer being Fabraz. God, I still feel like I'm saying that wrong. The first of these games being Demon Tides, a sequel to their previous game, Demon Turf. I've played Demon Turf. It's a good game. Very nice puzzle-based platformer. And Demon Tides is basically looking to improve on everything the first game established. It looks better, the worlds are bigger, the moves are faster and tighter, and our pouty little protag Bubsy is looking to show off all kinds of new moves and maneuvers. This one has a demo and it's actually looking to make waves as of next month, so grab your sunscreen and get ready for the tides to roll up. And standing a bit farther down the line from Bubsy, we have everyone's favorite punching bag of a mascot, Bubsy. The Big Mouse Bobcat has another game on the horizon, but this one is different from his other titles for one very important reason. This one might actually be a good game. Sorry, my body still isn't used to saying that. But yeah, despite many repeated failures, Bubsy might actually have a winner on his hands with his latest title, the cheekily named Bubsy 4D. I played the demo when it very first dropped, as I have basically flung myself into the rabbit hole called his career, and I came out a changed man. Not only did I not hate the demo, I actually liked what I played. So much so I had to make a whole separate video on it. I recommend watching that if you want my detailed thoughts, but the summary of that is that Bubsy is actually taking the right lessons and elements from his contemporaries in the space and executing them to decent, if not great effect. I say this without an ounce of sarcasm. I am genuinely looking forward to a Bubsy game for once, and I just don't know if I, or the world, is ready for a genuinely good entry in this franchise. But if Bubsy fricking Bobcat can turn things around, then there's some hope for all of us, even in the worst of situations. And there you have it, a list of indie games to put on your radars and your wish list for 2026. I'm sure there'll be plenty more catching my eye, and hey, if you have some suggestions, drop them down in the comments below. Sharing is caring after all. Thank you all for watching, repeat standard YouTube jargon, and I'll see y'all on the flip.